Life is a whirlwind of emotions. Every day we encounter a myriad of feelings that shape our experiences and interactions. We feel joy, sadness, anger, and everything in between. These emotions are the colors that paint the canvas of our lives. It's what makes us human. Our ability to feel deeply connects us to one another and to the world around us. But sometimes, our emotions can feel overwhelming. They can surge like a stormy sea, leaving us feeling lost and out of control. They can cloud our judgment and lead us down difficult paths. When emotions run high, making clear decisions becomes a challenge. This is where emotional detachment comes in. It's a skill that allows us to step back and gain a clearer perspective. Emotional detachment is the ability to step back from our emotions. It's like taking a mental step back to observe the situation without being consumed by it. It doesn't mean we stop feeling. Rather, it means we learn to manage our emotions in a healthier way. Instead, we learn to observe our emotions without getting swept away. We become like a calm observer, watching the waves of our feelings from a distance. Imagine yourself as a calm lake. On the surface, there may be ripples of feelings, but beneath lies a deep well of stillness. On the surface, there may be ripples of feelings. These ripples represent the everyday emotions that come and go, yet, beneath the surface lies a deep well of stillness. This stillness is the core of emotional detachment. That stillness is your detached self. It's the part of you that remains calm and centered, no matter what's happening on the surface. This ability to find our center is crucial for navigating life's challenges. It helps us stay grounded and focused, even in the face of adversity. When we can detach, we gain perspective. We see the bigger picture and understand that our emotions are just a part of the experience, not the whole. We can make decisions from a place of clarity, not reactivity. This leads to more thoughtful and deliberate actions. This leads to greater peace and stability in our lives. When we are not constantly reacting to our emotions, we find a sense of inner calm. Emotional detachment is a powerful tool for personal growth. It allows us to reflect on our experiences and learn from them without being overwhelmed. It allows us to experience the full spectrum of emotions without being controlled by them. We can feel deeply and still maintain our sense of self. In the following sections, we'll explore the different types of detachment, including emotional, mental, and physical detachment, how it benefits our relationships, by allowing us to interact with others from a place of calm and understanding, and practical steps to cultivate this invaluable skill. Through mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, we can all learn to detach and find peace within ourselves. Not all forms of emotional detachment are created equal. While the term detachment might often carry a negative connotation, it's essential to understand that it can manifest in both beneficial and harmful ways. The way we detach from our emotions can significantly impact our mental and emotional well-being. It's important to distinguish between healthy detachment and unhealthy withdrawal. Healthy detachment allows us to maintain our emotional equilibrium, even in the face of stress and adversity. It helps us navigate life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Healthy detachment is like a pressure valve. Just as a pressure valve releases excess steam to prevent a system from exploding, healthy detachment helps us release pent-up emotions in a controlled and safe manner. It allows us to release intense emotions in a safe way. Through practices like meditation, yoga, and deep breathing, we can find a sense of calm and clarity. These activities help us process our emotions without being consumed by them. We acknowledge our feelings, but we don't let them dictate our actions. By journaling, taking thoughtful walks, or simply reflecting by a peaceful lakeside, we can gain perspective on our emotions and respond to situations more mindfully. For example, imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. In such a scenario, it's natural to feel a surge of anger or frustration. You might feel a flash of anger. This immediate emotional response is a part of our human experience. With healthy detachment, you recognize the anger without lashing out. Instead of reacting impulsively, you take a deep breath, allowing the initial intensity of the emotion to subside. You let it go and move on. This ability to release and move forward is a hallmark of healthy detachment. It prevents us from holding on to negative emotions that can cloud our judgment and affect our interactions. Unhealthy detachment, on the other hand, is like building walls. These walls serve as barriers, preventing us from fully experiencing and processing our emotions. It's a way of avoiding difficult emotions altogether. By immersing ourselves in distractions like endless scrolling or binge watching, we attempt to escape from our feelings. We might numb ourselves with distractions or shut down emotionally. This avoidance can lead to a sense of emptiness and disconnection from our true selves. This can lead to isolation and prevent us from forming meaningful connections. When we shut down emotionally, we also shut out the possibility of genuine relationships and support from others. The key difference lies in awareness. Healthy detachment involves a conscious effort to be present with our emotions, even the unpleasant ones. Healthy detachment involves being present with our emotions, even the unpleasant ones. By practicing mindfulness and staying connected to our inner experiences, we can navigate our emotions with greater ease. We observe them without judgment and allow them to pass. This non-judgmental observation helps us understand our emotions better and respond to them in a balanced way. Unhealthy detachment seeks to suppress or deny our emotions, which can be detrimental to our well-being. Suppression can lead to unresolved emotional issues that may manifest in other areas of our lives, affecting our overall mental health. Seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist can help us address these emotions constructively. Building a support system allows us to process our feelings in a healthy way, fostering emotional resilience. Ultimately, healthy detachment enables us to live more fulfilling lives. By embracing our emotions and learning to manage them effectively, we can build stronger relationships and experience greater joy and contentment. Emotional detachment might seem counterintuitive to healthy relationships. After all, don't we want to be deeply connected to our loved ones? The truth is, a degree of healthy detachment can actually strengthen our bonds and connections. When we are overly attached in relationships, we become dependent on others for our happiness and well-being. This can lead to clinginess, jealousy, and a fear of rejection. Healthy detachment, however, allows us to love others without needing them to complete us. With detachment, we can set healthy boundaries that protect our emotional space. We can communicate our needs effectively and respect the needs of others. This creates space for both partners to grow and thrive as individuals, which ultimately strengthens the relationship. Detachment also helps us navigate conflicts more constructively and thoughtfully. When we're not emotionally overwhelmed, we can approach disagreements with a calmer, more rational perspective. This allows for more productive communication and resolution, fostering a healthier relationship. Emotional detachment is often confused with indifference. This confusion arises because both states involve a certain level of emotional distance. However, understanding the nuances between the two can significantly impact our relationships and personal well-being. While they may appear similar on the surface, there's a crucial difference between the two. Indifference and detachment are not just different in definition but also in their effects on our lives and the lives of those around us. Indifference is characterized by a lack of concern or interest. It's a state where we shut ourselves off from the world, choosing not to engage with the emotions and experiences of others. It's a state of emotional numbness, where we don't allow ourselves to feel anything at all. This can be a defense mechanism, a way to protect ourselves from potential pain, but it often leads to isolation and loneliness. Detachment, on the other hand, involves feeling our emotions fully, but not being controlled by them. It's about maintaining a healthy boundary where we can experience our feelings without letting them dictate our actions or overwhelm us. Imagine a friend is going through a difficult time. This scenario can help illustrate the difference between indifference and detachment. An indifferent person might not even register their friend's pain. They might walk past without a second glance, or ignore a call for help, completely disconnected from the emotional reality of the situation. They might act completely unaffected by the situation. Their lack of response can be hurtful and alienating, creating a barrier between them and their friend. A detached person, however, would still feel empathy and compassion for their friend. They would recognize the pain and offer a listening ear or a comforting presence. They would offer support without getting caught up in the drama or taking on their friend's emotions as their own. This allows them to be present and helpful without compromising their own emotional stability. This distinction is important because indifference can be harmful to our relationships. It creates emotional distance and can make others feel unimportant or neglected. It creates distance and prevents us from forming genuine connections. Over time, this can lead to a sense of isolation and a lack of meaningful relationships. Detachment, however, allows us to be present for others without sacrificing our own emotional well-being. It enables us to engage with others in a healthy, balanced way, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Practicing detachment can lead to a more fulfilling life, It helps us manage our emotions better, reducing stress and anxiety. By not being overwhelmed by our feelings, we can approach situations with a clear mind and a compassionate heart. In our interactions, detachment allows us to be more understanding and supportive. We can offer genuine help and empathy without feeling drained or burdened by the emotional weight of others. Ultimately, the goal is to find a balance where we can care deeply for others while also taking care of ourselves. Detachment is not about being cold or unfeeling. It's about maintaining our emotional health while being there for those we care about. By understanding and practicing detachment, we can build stronger, more resilient relationships. We can be a source of support and love for others while also nurturing our own well-being. So, the next time you find yourself in a challenging emotional situation, remember the difference between detachment and indifference. Choose to be present, compassionate, and supportive without losing yourself in the process. Embrace detachment as a path to healthier, more meaningful connections with others and a more balanced, fulfilling life for yourself.